Let's touch upon commodities now, where we have seen some correction come in, especially in case of the precious metal prices. Remember, we were trading at a one-week highs yesterday in sense of gold prices, and they were holding around 1596 as well at one point in time, but below 1590 right now, and quite a bit of a decline coming in there, nearly a percentage point. 1577 is how gold is on your screens. Ditto is the case with silver as well. That really has been underperforming in case of gold, and silver has slid quite sharply as well, nearly 0.5 to 1% on the lower side in the Indian and international markets. What's holding a bit really has been the energy pack, but remember that has declined quite sharply in the previous week, and that's the reason you have seen some support or opportunity buying coming in for that sector, but 0.25% of a decline coming in for the NYMEX crude as well at this point in time. Let's get in then. Biren Vakil, he's commodity consultant, Paradigm Commodity Advisors, and he joins us in Ahmedabad. Biren, hi, welcome to the show. Let's start with gold and silver first. I mean, last week was good. We saw yesterday also kind of hold on to that 1590 kind of a mark. How have you seen the moves today?
Basically, it is a little bit difficult to have a judgmental call in Indian market, because I'm bearish, I'm bullish on rupee and a little bit bearish on gold. So if I tend to want to err on the downside, to be short side on the rupee, around, say, I would go short on gold around 29,180 with the stop of 250, 300 and downside objective of 800.
Biren, how would you look at the silver prices? Because while we have seen 54,000 kind of hold on for the silver prices, are you looking at further gains, or would you say that like gold, you might see silver also declining again?
I think both these commodities are, broadly speaking, are tightly kept in a range so far. Silver is concerned, its range is, broad range is 52,000 and upside range is 58,000. So I don't see it is able to break this range, either because of rupee or because of COMEX.
Biren, how about the crude prices? Down nearly 10 to 12% for the month of May itself. Previous week also has been quite damaging. Are you looking at further declines for crude here, or do you think $90 could hold in the near term?
I think we may see a shallow rebound as a part of stimulus announcement or a rate cut or some monetary action. But here macro fundamentals are distinctively bearish, and I see further distress in system, especially in Europe, and especially I am more bearish in LATAM, because LATAM is showing too much distress, especially Brazil. So I am of the view for the medium term, I won't be surprised if crude tastes 80 or maybe mid-70 range.
How about the Indian prices? Because there have been those rumblings of crude breaking below 5,000 rupees per barrel as well. Do you see that happening in this quarter?
Yeah, this quarter I am pretty much convinced that it is going to break 5,000. For the very short term, I think rupee is holding back crude because of weakness in rupee. But I think rupee weakness is also run out of its course, and here I am also a meaningful correction, say towards 50 to 52.50.
Biren, how about the copper prices? Because they're also down 8 to 9% in the month of May. How are you looking at that commodity? I mean, the kind of data that you're getting to here, of course, is on the bearish side. The only thing that has actually helped the commodities in the previous week has been that hope of a QE3 coming in from US.
Yeah, I think QE3 is underway, probably not in the direct, or maybe we see Operation Twist. But one thing is a little bit surprising. Copper market is discounting all the bullish data. Yesterday we have seen Chinese year-on import over 70% up, but the market just shrugged off this. So when market is ignoring positive news, I think it is the first sign of trouble. And so I think on an intermediate basis, say 3 to 6 month or quarterly basis, I think copper still has significant downside.
Biren, since everything has to be calculated in the Indian rupee, what's your sense into that one? Where do you see the rupee going on? We already have made a 5th day of record lows onto that one as well. 55 seems to be almost holding here. What kind of levels are you working with for the rest of this week now?
I think I'm expecting rupee to face steep resistance around 550 or at the most 56, and within a few days or maybe 5 to 6 days we can see a significant move towards 53 or maybe 5 to 50. I'm expecting strong intervention or some kind of unconventional measures by RBI.
From 56 to 53 would be like 3 rupees plus kind of a move. Biren, I mean, how soon do you see that kind of a move happening?
Yes. It is difficult to say because it is most hard to predict how Indian policymakers can act or can react. But I think everybody and his brother is long on dollar, so market would do exact the opposite.
All right. Biren, how about the agro space? Because this is one space which is strong when it comes to fundamentals. The rain, of course, the monsoon initial forecasts have come in to be as normal, but that, of course, the time would tell. As of now, we've seen some profit taking continue in case of the edible oil space. How are you looking at CPO or soybean into the intraday market today?
There is, I think, I'm pretty comfortable to be short in edible oil, especially in soybean oil. But I'm reluctant to short soybean because of there is still some tightness and buying in soybean DOC. But I'm fairly comfortable to go short in soil around 735 with the stop of 742 and downside objective around 720, 722.
Biren, just one final word, and this is on since markets are bearish, and as you rightly pointed out, the bullish news also is being ignored into the market. Which one do you think is more bearish when we talk about the non-agro space? Is it the energy pack which would go down first, or precious metals or base metals? Which are you more bearish on?
I think here I would go to hedge my bet. I would go long in gold on dips, and I would sell oil on rally. That would be, I think, and having identical value of establishing this hedge, I think it could work.
All right, Biren, we'll let you go at that. That's the view coming in from Paradigm Commodities, bearish on gold, crude, and bearish on soy oil as well for the intraday market. But going forward, would want to hedge in buying gold and selling crude oil is how he would want to save or make his money in future.